quote Shakespeare, hell is empty and all the devils are here. The reason why I'll go and use a quote from one of the world's greatest writers like that is because it actually applies to a story like this, because unfortunately a lot of people just do not ever want to admit that deep down inside, individuals can be downright evil in every single sense and definition of the word. To their very core are evil. They don't want to ever own up and admit to something like that. Just like they don't want to ever admit and own up to the fact that there's just some people when they're born aren't right and aren't mentally stable from the get-go. Sometimes it's not apparent, sometimes it's extremely apparent. But it's much scarier when it's not apparent, because you never know when that boiling point is going to come to a head. So, the entire point to this story is that we have two 12-year-old girls. These two girls plotted for several months, actually for a little over 4 months, to kill their best friend. That right there should set off some alarms. At 12 years of age, you're well aware of the value of life, the ramifications of murder, and you know the effects of everything that you're going to do and what's going to happen afterwards. You know damn well that harming another individual is wrong, let alone somebody that is your friend. But let's ignore all that, right? Because that's what the media has been doing the entire time, trying to go and stir this fucking pot. But their reasoning that they've told everybody, their reasoning for going and committing a heinous act like this, of attempted murder, was to go and gain admittance into the Slenderman mansion. They want to meet Slenderman, you know, a fictional character who doesn't fucking exist. A byproduct of creepypasta who made his way into video games, became an internet sensation, and is in memes galore, and is cosplayed by tons of people at all sorts of events. They want to meet the real-life, real version of Slenderman. Doesn't that already say that upstairs they aren't wired correctly? But we have to ignore this, right? Because clearly it's because of things that they interact with for entertainment purposes. That's what's pulling all the strings behind the scenes. Not because of their own actions and because they're fucking nuts. No. So this attempted murder, which was plotted for several months straight, was then finally executed. They went on an outing with their best friend, the would-be victim. And they hold her down and treat her as a sacrificial lamb to Slenderman, because apparently this would appease him. This is exactly what he would want. And they'd be able to be part of him, or be able to hang out with him, or just live in his mansion, whatever is going through their crazy fucking skulls. They thought this was a great idea. So they then stabbed this girl 19 times. Two little girls stabbed another one of their friends 19 fucking times. Let that digest for a second. Think about how messed up this has to be, that you're 12 years old and you have no idea, but behind your back, your two best friends want to kill you and are going to attempt to kill you. And it's all in the namesake of Slenderman. Or at least this is what they're telling people, which I actually have a little question about that, which I'll get to in a moment. But can you imagine how fucking traumatizing an experience like this is overall to somebody, especially at a tender age of 12? I mean, really, there is no age that you can really handle something like this, but that's an age where you're going through puberty and just emotions and all sorts of things in your life are changing, but something like this? This has long-lasting ramifications that could potentially live within her for a long time, and that's well beyond fucked, but at the very least, she lived. She's so damn strong that she was able to go from where her murder was going to take place and crawled to safety where she was found and taken and is now recuperating. On the road to recovery, and all the media is doing is focusing on everything and anything but the assailants and a fucking victim. And the thing is, I actually wondered this. The one thing I said I want to get to was they've said over and over again that this was the reason that they went to go and do something like this. But what if it actually wasn't? What if it wasn't for Slenderman? What if it wasn't to gain admittance into a mansion? What if it wasn't because of anything like that? What if they just used this and they figured that everybody would look at them like they're crazy? Because there's lots of people that I've talked to that said that they'd go and do some kind of heinous murderous act and then just plead insanity and think that's what's going to get them off in the court case so that they don't have to live out a full sentence, or they just go directly to the fucking crazy house. What if that was the case and they're just not manning up and owning up to that? I mean, why would they? What if that was actually part of this entire plot of theirs? And you know, you might say, oh no, it couldn't possibly be something like that. If two 12-year-olds actually went through and thought about this for that many months, and then went through and did this, then nothing's out of the realm of possibility anymore. But even if this was the reason, if this was actually the truth of the matter, that they want to do this for a fictional fucking character, they were already far gone as it is. And just like Blood and Water became a fucking feeding frenzy, like piranhas, the media fucking jumped on this. This is their foundation so that they can go and catapult all their fucking agenda-filling bullshit like they typically do. As routine, as per usual, these motherfuckers are hitting everything on point with all their fucking very, very deep-rooted fucking detective work that they decide that they're gonna find out, okay, what did they like, and tell me something about their upbringing. Okay, there we go, and that's it. And then suddenly they have a fucking case that they're gonna try to go and tell everybody about, using stupid fucking buzzwords to go and get everybody's attention, because that's what you want to do. You don't ever want to say, person's crazy, try to kill somebody. Because guess what? That's not going to be headline news right there. No, you need something that's going to capture the imagination, the attention of tons of people. And again, gotta fill out that fucking agenda card right there. Gotta go and hit everything right on mark. To begin with, what's one of the fucking goofy ass fucking silly accusations that they said? That the creepypasta website is a satanic cult. Creepypasta is a satanic cult. Well, unbeknownst to me and many people out there, I'm talking millions of people around the entire world, every time that I read or watched something that was in relation to creepypasta, to me I thought it was horror fan fiction, because, you know, that's what the fuck it is. But I wasn't aware that I was taking part in some satanic fucking bullshit. Just that's what it is. I'm a Satanist now because I read up on it stuff, and I'm also part of a cult. Wow. You gotta love how they just spin all this bullshit. Then they blame the internet. Because it's clear that you need to censor the internet. First, shut down creepypasta. Secondly, censor the internet. We need to go and get all this stuff off the internet. Again, it's an agenda. But that's what they do with something like this. They just find anything that they possibly can. So it's the internet's fault, and it's that fault. It isn't because they're fucking nuts. No. No, it's all because of things that they took interest in. Now, then they brought up the entire thing of, well, they're a product of their upbringing. Clearly, the both of these little fucking monsters, and let's call a spade a spade, we can't call people who do shit like this people anymore, because they're not. They then lose that value and become monsters. And don't sit there and try telling me I'm a fucking asshole for calling little pieces of shit like that monsters. I don't give a fuck if they're mentally disturbed. I don't give a fuck if they're lying about being mentally disturbed. I'm going to call them what they are because they attempted to kill their own best fucking friend in cold blood for a fictional fucking character. And you're going to tell me that's not a monster? Plenty of people out there go out and do heinous fucking acts like this. They're monsters. Just because of their age doesn't go and make that not possible for them anymore. Sorry. And what's this product of their upbringing? Oh, one of the parents of the would-be murderers was in a death metal band. So yeah, one of the fathers in a death metal band. Were you aware that being in a death metal band, that suddenly your music and your lifestyle and the stuff that you're interested in, you're advocating murder to your children? That's how you're bringing them up so that they turn into shit like that. I'm sure is fucking shit certain that this dude did not ever tell his kid ever once, you ought to go kill somebody. Like, what kind of fucking shit is that? How dare you even go and insinuate something like that? Yet they do it balls of fucking steel sitting behind a goddamn computer typing away, fucking keyboard warrior, and you're a fucking hackjaw paid journalist to say bullshit like this, to spin a bunch of bullshit for your own fucking agenda. That's real fucking nice, because there's always something to gain. There's always something to gain out of something like this, because there's nothing for you to gain just by saying that somebody was mentally disturbed and fucked up and did something terrible to another person. You gain nothing by doing that. But man, when you can go and clamp down a whole bunch of other shit, boy howdy. That's fucking wrong. I know people in death metal bands. Hell, my fucking brother is the drummer in a death metal band right now. My niece, his daughter, just graduated high school, has been brought up in a loving, caring family. Smart as can fucking be. Has never once ever showcased, oh, I'm fucking crazy, going around killing a whole bunch of people. All the people that I know that are into death metal, heavy metal, whatever fucking metal, okay, anything that is not very fucking mainstream, okay, all of them turned out to be perfectly normal. Their children turned out to be perfectly normal. All the bands I've met that have kids, all those band members, again, normal. You wouldn't ever even guess. Like, it's just, it's one of those things, like, all they do is they just pick out any random thing that they possibly can, and then be like, oh, this is it right here, you see that, that's the reason why all this happened, censor it, destroy it, kill it, point your finger at it, that's the reason, it's not because of this, all that logical stuff, no, it's push that to the fucking side, it's because of this. And all I want to do is just fucking slap the goddamn taste out of those motherfuckers' mouths, but it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't fucking knock some sense into them. Not a single goddamn second. People say that this is the kind of shit, video games and music and all this other stuff, that makes them violent. You know what makes me feel violent? Dealing with assholes who say shit like this. Dealing with fucking ignorance and stupidity. Every fucking day it makes me sick to my fucking stomach as a person. Little girl's fighting for her fucking life is gonna be traumatized to no end, and these motherfuckers are just doing this kind of shit. Fucking parents are completely just thrown off, like, my kid just did this, and then the other parents are just like, my kid almost got killed. But by their it's just a complete mess. That's what's going on, real life shit. And what's the media do? Well, they gotta find their way to go and get attention. So that's what they fucking focus on. Everything but. I'm so fucking sick of this routine. I'm so sick of this fucking clockwork bullshit. But you want to know what? It's not going to stop. Tomorrow there'll be something else. The day after there'll be something else. And the day after. And the fucking day after. And the day fucking after. And that's why I refute every fucking thing that they say, because until everybody stops fucking acknowledging the shit that they say as potential facts, they're going to continue saying it. That's why the fuck I say the things that I do. And I don't give a fuck if nobody actually believes what I'm saying. I don't care if you don't like the fact that I'm vulgar. I don't give a fuck about the fact if you don't like the way that I dress and the way that I look and the things that I talk about. I'm not gonna suddenly just stop having my fucking opinion. But something like this, people should be sharing this information, because this is bullshit. I mean, this is the same song and fucking dance that happens every single fucking time something like this happens. It's a tragic news story that's just fucking used and abused by a bunch of people that want to gain something out of it and could give a fuck less about all the people that were harmed and messed up in the entire process of it. And you fucking go after websites and the internet and fucking video games and stuff. Ignore the fact that that fucking girl clung to life. And those little fucking piece of shit monsters actually did something like this. Nobody's gonna acknowledge the fact that they're fucking nuts. No, you're just going to say that it's random things that people created. That's the reason why they did this. Yes, because I'm sure the fucking Slenderman told them to fucking do this shit. He came in and he fucking rearranged their goddamn fucking brain. Yeah, oh, fucking goddamn, man. And if anybody tells me, what do you get worked up about this stuff? The fact that if people don't get worked up about something like this, I think something's wrong with you. I'm sick of all the fucking things in life and in this fucking world just being, like, treated like this. And it's just so fucking wrong. I'm fucking done. I don't know how else really to end the video other than all the information's down below. Read it if you want to. It's a lot of information to digest. A lot of it's really fucked up and it's terrible. In general, it's just, it's fucking awful. But share all of it that you can. That's it. I'm fucking out. I'm done. I have a headache.